students, back to my channel again. I am Shubhasri Maiti, Assistant Professor of Swami Vivekananda Institute of Modern Science in Computer Application and Science Department. So if you have missed my part 1 video, please first watch it and please continue watching all my upcoming videos. So welcome to my part 2 video.
Today's topic is Buch methodology. This methodology is an iterative process which is for object-oriented software development. This method was authored by Grady Buch and was published in 1992 and revised in 1994. It was widely used in software engineering for object-oriented analysis and design. This process is organized around a macro and a micro process. The macro process identifies these following activities life cycle. The first one is called conceptualization. Okay, this phase establishes core requirement of the system. Second one is analysis. This phase develops a model of the desired behavior. Third one is called design. This phase creates an architecture of the system. Fourth one is called evaluation. This phase is for the implementation purpose. And fifth one is the maintenance. This phase is required for the evolution purpose. Now the microprocess. The microprocess is applied to new classes structure that emerge during the macroprocess. It is made of this following life cycle. First one is identification of the classes and object. Second one is the identification of the semantics. Third one is identification of the relationship. And fourth one is specification of their interfaces and implementation. Now, the classification of Buch methodology consists of some diagrams like class diagram, object diagram, state transition diagram, module diagram, process diagram, and interaction diagram. Here is one kind of example I have taken for class and object diagram. See here what country name is given, okay, and this one country name has one country has one capital. The country has itself its name and the capital city has also its name. So one country has one capital city. So here this line for the class diagram, this line is called the association line. Okay, here this the name of the association is called has capital, and here I have written 1 and 1, that means one country has the one capital city, so it's represent the multiplicity. So for class diagram, this line represents the association and this number represent the multiplicity. So class diagram has one association and the multiplicity. Okay, now I'm coming in the object diagram part. See here, object diagram means the country, we have the country, but then we are actually specifying that country, that is the France, and this country has the capital city which is called Paris. But the object diagram consists also a line, but the line is called the link. Okay, it is the main difference between class and object diagram. For class diagram it is called the association, which is the line, and same line has been represented in the object diagram as a link. Okay, so whenever you are presenting one class diagram, you just write country and you can write capital city, but when you are writing object diagram, here you have to specify like which country. Okay, so that country you can specify by giving this kind of colon sign, and in next section, in the name section, you have to write that particular name. Same here for the capital city. Okay, next time it is, I have taken one kind of example of state transition diagram. It is one kind of state transition diagram for a chess game that I have represented. It is the starting state and it is the ending state. And these all are the different kind of states. It is actually the white stand, it is a black stand. So whenever the black, I mean if the black moves, then it will go to the in the next frame. Okay, and obviously for this state, whenever white moves, I mean change its states to the black strand. So in this way these states are actually interchanging in between them, and after that, after finding the checkmate, also all the states are getting end up. Okay, so here actually we have represented one very simple chess game, and its states are being represented in this kind of diagram. Next one is called the module diagram. Here I have taken one module diagram. Please understand the concept very clearly. See here, module means, see here, I have taken one a diagram of one system architecture. So here of computer. So here we have the display modem keyboard options. It is actually my subsystem 1. And here in subsystem 2 we have module 1, module 2, module 3, and corresponding hyperlinks are there. And for subsystem 3 also we have module 4, module 5, module 6, and also the corresponding hyperlinks are also there. So if I select the hyperlink of module 4 of this of subsystem 3, then see the hyperlink will be represented. If I zoom out, I mean if I zoom in the hyperlink of module 4, then this hyperlink actually give you the large or the entire details of the module 4. That is, module 4 is consisting input output, temperature range, block diagram, power supply, okay, features, hyperlink, dimensions, all the things are there. So again in module 4 also you have the hyperlink of power supply, okay, temperature rationale, block diagram, module features. So that means module diagram means you can get the entire details with the help of hyperlink of any kind of module. Okay, that means you can get the idea of entire system architecture. Okay, if you click on any hyperlink, you can get the entire structure of the subsystem, okay, which is embedded in the form of module here in subsystem 3. If you click, if you just get this hyperlink, you can get the entire idea of the module 4, and which is been described in very broad way, and you can see the entire idea of the module 4 here. So it is actually in subsystem the modules are actually embedded, okay, and if you click this hyperlink, you can get the entire details of the module 4 here. So using module diagram, you can get the entire idea of any part of any system, any subpart of from any system. Fine. Now next one is the process diagram. Okay, so in process diagram, see here, suppose it is one kind of process of any kind of subpart of your own computer. So here it's the starting phase. Okay, so after starting you have to send the data from PC. Then if it is showing the yes confirmation, or you can say the confirmation, then the LCD will display, that is the monitor. Okay, then the voice converter will work, then speaker will work. Okay, and after that, after doing entire process, we can stop that process. But if after getting started, I mean after start, if you start your computer and it is not getting any data from your PC, then you may also stop that process. Okay, so it is one kind of very simple process diagram I have taken as an example. So you can make any diagram from any in another process that you want to do. Okay, now it is the interaction diagram. In interaction diagram, what happened, actually you can you can pass any kind of message, okay, in between your in between your process. Suppose see here, here customer is one kind of entity, order is one kind of an entity, special order is in one another kind of entity, and normal order. Obvious, there are either special order or normal order. So here actually first it is actually the colon sign which is specifying as an object. We are initializing our sequence. Okay, then we are calling the calling, it is actually we are calling the system. Okay, then we are passing the message as sent order. We are passing the message as sent order from customer to order. Okay, using this function. If order is found, then it will give you it will return you back. Okay, and after order is got confirmed, okay, it will got dispatched. Here one kind of self, to represent one kind of self call, I have taken one kind of loop here. Okay, again here the after getting the confirmation, actually it is returning you back, that is your order is confirmed in this way.